How long does your clearance stay current after a separation in service? Hi, this is Lindy Kaiser with clearancejobs.com. That is a frequent question that we've always gotten from security clearance holders, especially those transitioning out of the military or anyone looking to transition jobs or employers. What if you want to take a break, pursue an academic degree, get some outside experience, work in the commercial sector? How long will your clearance eligibility be maintained? And at what point do you have to start a new investigation? Previously, the time between periodic reinvestigations often confused many applicants. They assume because a secret clearance the investigation lasted for 10 years, they would have 10 years, or a top secret clearance, they assumed 5 years. That has never been the case. It's always been a 2-year break in service that has been born out of policy saying, hey, if you've left, even if your investigation was done 5 years ago, whatever the time period used to be between periodic reinvestigations, they would say a 2-year break in service was all that you could have before you would have to go through a new clearance investigation. With the enrollment of the entire cleared population into continuous vetting, that's introduced more questions about what that timeline is, because we no longer have those episodic periodic reinvestigations. Those investigation dates are not as relevant as that continuous vetting enrollment date. So there's been some chatter about whether or not 2 years is the timeline. It's interesting, last year at our Clearance Jobs Connect conference, Heather Green actually responded to this and mentioned how that they were looking into a policy change about what that timeline should be. At this year's Connect 2023, which just took place last week, Ryan Dennis from DCSA was there, and he referenced how the current policy they're looking at would change it to a 36-month break in service where you would potentially need a new investigation. Again, this is a policy discussion, and I've heard the same things coming out of conversations through ODNI. So it's not signed yet, but it just shows they are looking into why has the 2-year window been there, and what does it really look like to have a break in service, and how can they enroll folks back in. I think the notion is under continuous vetting because it's a lot easier to see what's happened in that time span. It's a lot easier to keep people enrolled in a continuous vetting solution, basically $100 a year for the government to maintain those continuous vetting investigations. So there's a lot of chatter about how we can kind of finally have this clearance portability concept with a almost ready reserve clearance workforce that we could have, so we could better adjust to those supply demand changes and upping the number of folks that we have in the workforce and allowing them to jump off and maybe pursue work in the commercial sector when there are fewer demands. And again, all of this still chatter, but if you've been wondering, hey, how long is my clearance current? It is still right now 2 years, coming soon to a policy near you. It could be 3 years. So for more on continuous vetting, for more on the security clearance process, why periodic reinvestigations have gone away, what to expect in a continuous vetting enrollment, and how to keep your security clearance active, visit us over at clearancejobs.com.